Okay, so let's move on to lipids. The basic functional unit for lipids that I want you guys to remember are fatty acids. So fatty acids, key for my exams and my quizzes. Fatty acids are related to lipids. Proteins are going to be your amino acids, and there are 20, and you don't have to remember what the 20 exactly are, but you just have to know that 20 amino acids exist. Carbohydrates are already reviewed, so let's take a look at what we have. So we have fatty acids, eicosanoids, and phospholipids. So fatty acids, I'm not going to test you heavily on. Eicosanoids, you do have to understand that there are two eicosanoids. One is a leukotriene and the other one is a prostaglandin. So these words, leukotrienes, prostaglandins. What I want you to remember about that is they are associated with inflammation. So what are the four signs of inflammation? Herpes, heat, redness, pain, and swelling are four cardinal signs of inflammation, and they are associated with leukotrienes and prostaglandins. And that is the extent of what I want you to know for this class for leukotrienes and prostaglandins. Glycerides are just associated with lipids as well. Steroids. Here's the great thing about steroids. I want you guys to see the pattern. So I see three steps, 1, 2, 3 in a house. Three steps, 1, 2, 3 in a house. Three steps, 1, 2, 3 in a house. If you see this pattern anywhere, it is likely a steroid. So if I see this pattern in cholesterol, cholesterol is a steroid. If I see it in estrogen, estrogen is a steroid. And testosterone obviously is also a steroid. So what was it again? It was three steps walking to a house, and that is an example of a steroid. Very good. Phospholipids, glycolipids, you can go through that. You guys can slow down when you want. Proteins. Proteins are basically your amino acids. So the building blocks of proteins are amino acids. And how many amino acids do we have? Well, we have 20 amino acids. Do you have to know them? It would be great, but for this class, you're not going to be expected to know it. If you're taking a biochemistry course, you will have to know it. You'll probably have to know the structure, be able to redraw the structure. For my class, you don't have to know that. If you do want to look into it, this is kind of like the R group represents the different type of amino acids you have, and the carboxylic acid group and the amine group, blah, 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 blah. Most of you guys can just ignore what I was saying. And so what did I say was the important part about proteins that makes it different from carbohydrates and lipids? Well, the nitrogen group tells me that it's an amino acid.